So thank you so much for hosting us in the amazing Eco Lodge.
Thank you for coming.
Why don't you tell us a bit about the space?
Sure. So we have 10 bedrooms. All are either queen or king beds, all have ensuite. Our property is extremely rustic, as you can see, but that's the beauty of it. When we
Yeah.
took over the property, we didn't want to change much to the landscape. So we built around it. So everything we did was built around the trees, our decks, our platforms, our pools, all one so that you're actually sitting up in the trees. We pride ourselves with sustainability, everything from the way that we clean the rooms to our food, to easy things like electric and water conservation. But everything we do here is from a sustainable standpoint.
And tell me a little bit about like people who come to stay here. You mentioned obviously already that you've got good Wi-Fi.
We have great Wi-Fi, right? So throughout the property, and we have a backup coming in. So we have the fiber coming into the space, and then we have Starlink coming in as well. So you're always connected. We want you to come here and unconnect as well, right? So if you have to come here and you're a long-term traveler and you want to work, it's perfect for that. As you can see, this would be a great place to have an office.
100%.
Many people come here during the season for breakfast to work here.
Yeah.
So it's like a working cafe
Yeah.
as well. So you get a little bit of vibe of people around you without, having the distraction as well. And then from here, it's a great place to be able to go and travel, to go do other things, because it's easy to get to the South Coast, it's easy to get to the West Coast, it's easy to get up north. Everything's about 20 minutes from here, and keep this as your home base.
Out of interest, so do you know, sort of, is it mostly people from the Americas who come to Eco Lodge, or is it Europeans? Is there a mix?
For the first time that we've owned it, I believe the first time in Barbados, I think American tourism has taken over. So traditionally, British came, right? And Canadians, but we're seeing a lot more Irish, we're seeing a lot more Germans, we're seeing a lot more Netherlands, other different countries as well. We get people from all different countries to come here. I think it's just because this is the only place like this in Barbados, truly. The setup, the way it is. So I think we're very unique. So if people want a unique experience in Barbados, they have to come here. A lot of Americans, though.
Yeah, because speaking of unique experiences, tell me more about Barbados. Like, what was it for you that you decided to?
Yeah, we were the original stampers before there was a stamp.
Yeah.
We came, so my wife and I and 2 children were living in New York City. Because my business that I owned allowed to do it, we came here for a winter just to get away. I worked from here and I'd take flights back and forth because there's a lot of flights, easy to get to the States, easy to get to Europe. So knowing the family also was very safe here if I had to go to the States was huge, right? A lot of islands are beautiful, but you got a little worry about the safety.
Right.
And there's a lot of islands that I'd say that are even prettier than Barbados. You either go there to get married or die, And the reason I said it's just a beach, and if you want to just sit on the beach for every day and just sit on the beach, then that's one thing. But Barbados has a lot to offer from a cultural standpoint, different microclimates. So I'm getting to why we're here is basically for safety, right?
Yeah.
But the ability to go and do different things. If you're here long-term and you want to go to movies, you can go to movies, but you can be sitting on the ocean under, palm trees as well. So it has that diversity. We have world-class restaurants and cuisine from all over the world as well as good Bayesian food, easy to traverse. And yeah, there's never, if you want to be bored here, it's hard to do. You have to kind of keep yourself to yourself because there's always something going on from either a cultural standpoint, from a sporting perspective, or if you just like doing activities, there's so much to do.
What was one thing people might be surprised to know about Barbados?
Surprised to know about Barbados that we have a lot of inland sports, right?
Okay.
So I think that, and a lot of people come here to be on the water, right? You come to the tropics, right? You want to go in the water, you want to swim, you want to go do some snorkeling, get on a jet ski. But our inland activities are awesome, right? We have world-class mountain biking, hiking, right? You can go and do zip lining. You can go and get a dirt bike if you want. We also have a racetrack if you want to go and get a Formula One experience. I just think that it's amazing because it's not a huge island, but we have so much inland activity.
Sure. And you mentioned obviously your kids. Are they in Barbados as
They
well?
are.
Yeah. So they are in the schooling system here, or
Yeah.
how's that?
Yeah.
I've heard that the schooling system is like one of the best.
I have to say that we're very, very impressed with the school here. I have 3 children. I have one daughter that was born here, so we have one Bayesian daughter, Bayesian American. I have one that's in elementary. I have one that's going into secondary, and then one's in Form 3. And they are all going to different schools this year. So the schools, I believe, are really great. We've been coming from the northeast of America. We have phenomenal schools. So, that was a big thing for us when we came here.
That's amazing. Okay, well, obviously, coffee's a big thing in Eco Lodge.
Yeah.
But any other coffee hotspots that we've got to know about, or?
Well, if you gotta drink coffee, you gotta drink Wyndham coffee because it's
Okay.
exceptional. I mean, they've won a lot of international awards for a small roaster that's everything is roasted here on premise. Dom and Mandy, the owners, are just expert without question. I've never ever, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
roasters we have in
Yeah.
Brooklyn. It's just they do a phenomenal job. So if you're gonna go, you could go to their place in Siemens,
Uh,
also in Lime Grove. Buzzbox is great. They do a great job too, and they serve Wyndham's coffee. So I would definitely check out those two first. The
okay.
George Washington House is really great too, from a historical standpoint, but they have a beautiful cafe that's really great food and phenomenal coffee.
Got it. Any like top cultural spots? I'm hearing a lot that the sporting activities and cultural activities are a really great place for community. So is there anywhere that you would say you've got to go be here or in sports you've got to follow or yeah.
I would say you have to go to some of the rum shops, right? Just get in the mix. I mean, Bajans love talking,
Yeah.
right? And so if you just want to have a conversation and you have a smile, you will just get into the real culture, which is being with the people, right? And then you'll be able to understand different aspects. So over here in St. Joseph is a lot different than going up to St. Philip, going down to St. Philip or going up to St. Lucie. So different people, different things. I always find that if you go to the local, what we call rum shop, which is you can get a soda, you can just sit there, but it's just like the local spot and just get in the mix. That's I think you're gonna find the most culture and some of the best food on the island too.
Right.
Yeah.
What's one thing that you would like people to know about Barbados and the welcome stamp?
I think, from coming here on a welcome stamp, I think it's a phenomenal, phenomenal thing. When you are gonna come here, make sure that you do understand two things. One, that Barbados is not an inexpensive place. A lot of people have this idea that if you come to the tropics, it's going to be like going to someplace in Central South America or going to Indonesia. That's not the case. Because of the safety, because of the infrastructure, because of that, there's a cost for that, right? And also, don't get sticker shock when you come here. But shop smart. If you shop local, if you eat a mango, it costs you $1. If you eat an apple, it's going to cost you 3. So just, you're coming here to experience Barbados. Let go of wherever you came from and experience what Barbados is, right?
Amazing.
And also that the food, and it's different in the States, it includes the tax and it includes service charge. So,
Okay.
so if you
Right.
go to a restaurant and it's a $10 meal, it's really only $7, but you're already paying that. Whereas if you go to the States and you get a 10, now you got tax
Everything on
plus
top.
tip on top. And I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that a lot of people are confused about that or don't understand that. That's a big difference. And
Yeah.
the food is, it depends on how and where you eat, it can be relatively inexpensive.
Okay. Final question. Fill in the blank. Home is where?
Home is Barbados.
Home is Barbados.
Home is
Yeah.
Barbados. Yeah. We are Asian now, honorary Asian. So no, we travel during the summertime. We'll be in the States. Love, America, love Europe, love everything. But every time we can't wait to come back to Barbados to our home.
Amazing. Well, again, thank you so much for hosting us today.
No, thank
And
you.
yeah, it's been great to chat.